Hello, my friends. How are y'all doing out there today? I hope that you are doing well as you can in the absolute chaos that is America right now. I admittedly have not been following all the things going on between Canada and America much lately because, as you can understand, I've been a little bit overwhelmed by the fact that our top intelligence officials opened up a group chat and invited a reporter into it, and then the reporter put out that information to the rest of the media, and then our top intelligence officials denied all responsibility, blamed the journalist for even being there, and then when they saw that that wasn't working, they blamed the app that they chose to use. So the point is, I've been a little bit overwhelmed and haven't necessarily been able to keep up with what's going on up in Canada. I watched an interesting interview today as Donald Trump continues to tank the stock market with his tariffs and all his nonsense. I found myself interested in a little bit of an interview with Charlie Angus. Charlie Angus. And you will have to forgive me, my Canadian friends. I don't really know what his position is in the Canadian government. He is a high-ranking official, obviously, and is one of the decision makers when it comes to Canada. Hey, that's all I know. And you have to give me a little bit of a break because I'm an American and Donald Trump's the president. I don't even know what the fuck is going on here. So you'll have to forgive me for not understanding necessarily what's going on with Canada. But I find this Charlie Angus fella to be pretty inspiring and a very strong leader, whatever his position is. We're over here with douchebags like Charlie Kirk, and you guys got real Charlies up there in Canada actually putting in work and saying something that fucking makes sense besides that, instead of that weirdo that we got. But I found myself pretty inspired by Charlie Angus in the discussion he was having. I watched it on Midas Touch, and then I went to watch a couple of his other interviews, press conferences, things like that, to see what this guy is all about. And the fact of the matter is, what Canada is dealing with right now is Donald Trump wanted to be a bully. And the sad reality is Donald Trump has spent most of his life getting away with being a bully. He's a spoiled baby brat that was born into money and has used that money and influence to bully his way through life for years. And that's unfortunate. Unfortunately for us Americans, he's been bullying his way through us for the last 10 years now, and honestly with very little resistance as our spineless Republican elected officials bow down to Donald Trump for fear that they may not be reelected if they don't do what Donald Trump says. I mean, screw what's good for the country, right? It's good for them. They get reelected. That's what truly fucking matters here, is that Jim Jordan gets to keep his fucking job. That's what we're all really concerned about here in America, right? Is Jim fucking Jordan. God damn this fucking country. But the fact of the matter is Charlie Angus, and you'll have to forgive me because I was also thinking Charlie Kirk, because Charlie's, right? So if I mess up his name, I apologize. But Charlie Angus, shit, I forget your new prime minister's name after Justin Trudeau, the new guy, Carney. They have basically said, and even Trudeau have basically said, we're not going to take this bullshit. We're not going to be pushed around by America and do what we're told and fucking be victims of literally the stupidest fucking trade war that has ever happened. So Donald Trump, I can't tell if he is just a fucking idiot or if he is absolutely evil and he's trying to do one of two things. Either take over the world, which is scary and the world doesn't want that, or he's trying to isolate America for whatever agenda he might have for that. I cannot tell if the man's incompetent or has an evil plan. Now, as far as the evil plan goes, America, like it or not, is a global superpower. We've got an extremely powerful military, but this response from Canada is the response that is required from the rest of the world right now. And I know, I've been, most of the Canadians like me. Most of y'all are very polite, and I understand that most of you are pissed off right now about what's going on. So looking for an American to take it out on is fine. Your actions are justified, but I have had many Canadians yell at me too. You fix your fucking problem, and you're right. We should fix our fucking problem, but we, unfortunately, as spineless Americans, we have failed. That's all there is to it. We have failed to hold up our own constitution, our own institutions. We have all basically bowed down to one man. And we will forever be remembered in history, in the history books, if we still have the fucking things, as a country of cowards that fell in line. And I'm not saying that to Americans, I don't hate us. I'm not against us, but this is unfortunately what happened. I'm not saying that everyone is weak. What I'm saying is the people that we put in a position of power that were supposed to stand up for us fucking didn't. They fucking didn't. Ask Chuck Schumer about standing up for the American people right now. They're just not fucking doing it. But in Donald Trump's conquest to be, let's say he's trying to be the world bully, Canada is responding the exact right way. We will not be intimidated. We will not fall in line. We just aren't having your shit. And it's a very good strategy that could come with absolutely disastrous consequences, because we don't know what the fuck Donald Trump is going to do, or what Pete Hegseth is going to do after he gets a couple fucking drinks in him. We just don't really fucking know with these people. And when I listen to the rhetoric of Donald Trump, I see that he is trying to set the stage for something. I don't know how far he wants to push this, but he talks about what a nasty country Canada is to deal with, how unfair Canada has been to the American people. He is planting the seeds in American minds that Canada is the enemy. We know that. We absolutely 100% know that. So the point I'm trying to make with that is we did fail. As Americans, we allowed... look, I'm sorry, Americans. I don't mean each individual one of us. I hope you're all following. I already said that, but we failed to keep Donald Trump in check. The courts, the elected officials, every fucking guardrail along the way has failed to keep Donald Trump in check. So the unfortunate news is this requires a response from the world to say, we are not having your fucking bullying. Canadians have stopped buying fucking American products, have stopped tourism for the most part, are very anti-Tesla, which is fantastic. Can't wait for those earning reports to come out. Elon's fucked. It's cute right now how they're trying to prop up the stock and like trying to, you know, oh, Elon's doing just fine. He can't run from this forever. And that's all there is to it. The world has responded to Elon Musk's bullshit, and we're just not having it. But the point is, I don't know what the fucking point is. I never know what the point is. Americans, us, we were basically raised in this mindset that America is untouchable. We can do whatever we want on the world stage, and basically we are the center of the universe. For a lot of Americans, we honestly fucking believe that to be true. Now, I don't believe that to be true, but it took a lot of, you know, exploring the world through the internet to see that we are not the most amazing thing that's ever happened to the world, for me to figure that out. But a lot of Americans firmly fucking believe that nobody can fuck with us and we can do whatever we want and we can push you around. So that's why I say this requires a response from the world, because we need to find out that we're not as strong as we think we are. America may have this huge military. You know, we got a lot of military strength. Of course we do. But I think that economically we are fucking weak because we import shit like crazy. And what needs to happen is the economy has to take a hit. And Americans, we need to find better ways too, which, I mean, if I don't know. It's a tough thing because we're all paycheck to paycheck over here. They kind of got us by the fucking balls, don't they? It's a tough fucking thing. But other countries need to hit America economically and make it hurt, because a lot of fucking people thought they were voting for Donald Trump because they think he's good for the economy. I got to be honest with you, I don't understand why people think that. We've watched him crash the economy in his last term, and we're watching him try to fucking crash the thing now. For some reason, he hasn't quite done it yet, but we have seen absolutely terrifying results as far as the stock market goes. Unemployment numbers are starting to creep up. Don't worry, he'll get it done. But a lot of people thought they were voting for Donald Trump for the economy, right? He's going to be good for the economy. I'll even tell you a little bit of a personal story. I have someone close to me that called me last year. I would say that maybe they even look up to me a little bit. I don't really fucking know. But they called me while Joe Biden was still in office, and they called me just to tell me that they had a really good year. They made the most money they've ever made in their life, and they had cleared 6 figures, and they were so fucking excited to finally be getting somewhere in life. And I said, hey, good for you. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that person turned around and voted for Donald Trump. And he voted for Donald Trump because he thought it would be good for the economy. I don't know what people are coming up with. Now, I understand that the economy is bigger than one person's paycheck, right? But if you made the most money you'd ever made in your life under the Joe Biden administration, and then you turn around and vote for Donald Trump because you want the economy to get better, because most people can't even see this far in front of their fucking faces when it comes to real life. What the fuck were you thinking, right? What was going on? And this person that called me that finally cleared 6 figures for the first time in their life, and good for them, because 6 figures is fucking hard to do. Trust me, I know. They work in the oil and gas industry. So under Joe Biden, in the oil and gas industry, they made the most money they've ever made in their life. And then they wanted Donald Trump because they said Donald Trump's going to drill, baby, drill. Point of all that is, my eyes almost just rolled out of my fucking head as I was telling you guys that story. I almost had to go get them way over there. The point of that story is this is going to require countries like Canada to stand up, and countries to start forming trade partners with other people that are not America. And Americans, unfortunately, are going to feel the fucking pain from that. We're going to get hit really hard with that, but maybe, God damn it, just maybe, if we survive this shit, because we don't know what Donald Trump's going to do. He's a fucking lunatic. But if we survive this shit, maybe, just maybe, this is the kick in the ass a lot of Americans need, so that we can start fucking making good decisions with our votes instead of listening to right-wing media propaganda and listening to Donald Trump pat himself on the back for things he never fucking accomplished in the first place. And then if we survive it and we can get people to make better decisions with their votes, it's going to be the responsibility of guys like me, people out here making content, blue-collar people, especially working-class people making content, to never let them live this down for the rest of their fucking lives. But we have to survive this. And I honestly think that this is a great strategy by Canada. I do worry, because Donald Trump likes to throw temper tantrums, and he likes to just tweet stuff, and then people go do the things that he tweeted. There's obviously some fucking concerns, but we cannot let fear rule us at this point in time. It's time for everybody to just stand up and say, I'm not scared, because what we're finding out from Canada, who is leading by example right now, is that fear is exactly what they want. They want you to just get in line with the threat that they're going to do something to you. You fall in line, do what you're told, and then they just steamroll you and do whatever you want. What they're not counting on is for people to say, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not going to take this from you, and you need to get off your bullshit right now, because I'm not fucking listening to it. And the more and more we see people in America, of course, American citizens, Canadian citizens, countries responding to what Donald Trump and Elon Musk are doing and showing that we are not afraid, I think one of two things happen. One of two things happen here. Either we put them in their place and they go, oh fuck, they're not buying into our bullshit anymore, or they just get really mad and nuke the planet, and in that case, we're all gonna sleep real well, aren't we? We won't wake up tired anymore, worried about the fucking mortgage, if they just nuke us all. So, you know, those are kind of the options at this point, right? Live every day in fear, bow down, do what the fuck we're told, or fucking force their hand. Then do it, big boy. Let's see what you got. And that's where we're at. And for that, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry I haven't been following Canada as closely as I was there for a while. I got a little bit overwhelmed. But what Canada and the Canadian people are doing is important right now. And that will go down in history as brave people that stood up for what was right in the world. And you guys might just bail us Americans out at this point. You know, keep fucking with us back. I don't mean that. Keep defending yourself. is what I meant to say. I don't want to ever put out the message that Canada is the aggressor. That's not what I meant to say. But keep defending yourselves. Keep showing the world that it's okay to stand up for yourself, because this is how typical bully mindset works, right? If they can get someone in line, they are counting on that person to get in line so they can get more and more people in line. The minute someone stands up to a bully, that bully crumbles, because the other people that they had put in line and told what to do start to go, wait, do I really have to fucking go along with this? Huh. And then they start thinking. Canada's leading the charge by example right now, and a round of applause for Canada for standing up. I know that wasn't the most excited applause you've ever seen, but I don't want to look like a lunatic, you know, making all kinds of noise in my truck, all the hooting and hollering over here and all that stuff. So you guys, I'm sure you understand, but good job. I gotta go get back to work. Love you guys. Bye now.